Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we're transplanting volunteers out to Mumble's pond. And we have a rain day today. It's just starting to sprinkle now and it's pretty cold too. We're expecting a bit of a frost tonight. Mav. I guess April showers are coming a little bit late this year, so we're still getting some good transplanting weather. Now today we are going to be transplanting some things that are already blooming, which is not always ideal. But we got to get them moved too. They're outside the garden bed and we want to get these out to the pond. We have some plantings here. We also have some extras that have been popping up inside the garden bed that we can get moved. And of course there's still some things over here in this bed that we're trying to get cleaned out for a full redesign. Now you might end up hearing a new sound here because today we actually picked up goats. Mav. You hear them? Hey girls. I see you two. It's starting to rain. Go in your house I built you. You goats. But today we're going to be doing some transplanting of these volunteers that have been popping up from perennials that I planted here. Probably about 5 years ago now, I sowed some lupine seeds in here and they ended up germinating and growing into some beautiful plants. And I left all those first plants reseed the garden, so we've had them coming up every year since. So we have some beautiful purple lupin already blooming, and I think I'm going to leave most of these clumps here. Well, I might be able to take this clump here. It's not fully blooming yet, but I think I want to leave the rest of these. I still want them on this pond bank too. But we've been getting some extras to pop up here, so I think we can spread the love out to Mumble's pond. Pups, do I have to get your rain jacket on? It's starting to rain again. Now another one that we're going to be transplanting today is the columbine. I ended up buying a few roots years ago and I planted them right here in the pond bank, and I left those ones reseed as well, and I've been getting baby columbine to continue to pop up. I already collected some of these and I moved them out to the island garden, so we have them popping up again in the island garden, which is just great because they're a beautiful woodland plant. But as you can see on the pond bank here, they also do really well in the full sun here in Pennsylvania. So we're going to be moving some of these and the one that popped out outside the garden bed. And there's actually a bunch of little ones in here you can see. Almost have kind of like a clover leaf. So we're going to pull out a handful of these and get them planted out onto the pond bank too with a lupin. Or lupine, I've heard it both ways. And then we have the periwinkle vine, which this bed is just full of. This is a dark green periwinkle, which has a nice little purple flower too. Here it is. Beautiful. This bed was actually already in full bloom this year, but we're going to be taking out some clumps of this and moving them to the pond bank. But we also have a variegated variety. Pup. This one over here is a bit brighter. It has a little bit of a lighter leaf here, but still the same beautiful purple flowers. Gorgeous. And as you can tell, this is popping up everywhere too, so this is going to be a great ground cover to spread on the pond bank and start holding the ground in place. And as you can see, we have some options. It's a pretty quick cover. So we're going to be moving those 4 out to the pond bank, but there's also one more. This yellow plant here is the creeping Jenny, and it's a beautiful ground cover, and it's doing really well here on the koi bank. I have a little bit on the other side too, and you can just see it's a beautiful pop of yellow. And I do think we could use a beautiful pop of yellow out on Mumble's pond too. And this grows back pretty quickly, so I could even take a chunk right out of the middle if I wanted to, and it'll just regrow in a few weeks. So it's going to be a good one to multiply and spread out there too. Mav, don't fall in. You pup. You're not fishing, are you? You leave my fish alone. Boy. Oh, the geyser. You got lucky, pup. You almost got shot right in the face. Why are you always rolling there? Got an itchy back. Is there something dead laying there? You pup. Well, as you can tell, we have a selection of plants we're going to be moving today. Oh, and there's even some bachelor button right here. We could probably move one of these bachelor buttons out there and try and get it to start reseeding too. Because I planted these the same time I planted the lupine, and it is an annual here, but it just keeps coming back every year too. Maverick! No. 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 That wasn't for you. That was not a pond toy. Hey! No. That wasn't for you, Mav. That's so we can check the temperature in the pond. You're not supposed to eat that and play with it. This is the little crab. No. Leave it. You can't play with him. Mav, leave it. Good. Don't touch that. It's not yours. I did throw an iris in here. Looks like the fish are jostling it around. I need to get some more stone in there, try and hold the roots in place, see if we can get that to take. I need to get some more plants planted in these crates over here. This is the garden box area, and we need to start filtering out the koi pond water. Try and help with some live plants. I also threw all the willow cuttings, as you can see in here. And I'm just going to leave them in the water just like this until I start seeing roots pop out. And then I can put them in soil or put them in the sandy beach that stays wet. And these will start growing into new trees. Huh, fish? As long as you don't eat all the roots. Huh, Math? But alright, it looks like the rain's clearing up a little bit and we can get some planting done. Huh, Pup? Puppy dog. Alright, now we just have to get one more plant. Alright, we got a lot planted today. I got some more creeping Jenny planted in right here next to the grass. I don't know if this grass is going to sprout up yet. We're still waiting for something. But I think it'll be nice to have a little pop of yellow color here. I also wanted a little pop of yellow going down the bank line. So after the willow, just above where I have that rock on the bank, I put a little group of the creeping Jenny again. Most of that bank side is the dark green periwinkle ground cover, but I wanted a little splash of yellow too in the middle of it. I put the variegated lighter color periwinkle ground cover kind of more so on this bank after the spillway. But whenever we planted the lilies and the hostas up there, it had some dark ground cover in there too, so that's also going to be intermixed. I also got a columbine and a lupine on top of the bank. And most of them are looking like they're struggling right now since we just dug them up mid-bloom. Careful, Mav, I don't have your vest on. Hey, you don't need to drink that bubble. Back up. Hey, come here. You pup. But we are expecting a little bit of rain, so hopefully that'll water them in. Unfortunately, it is going to get pretty cold tonight. These don't get affected too much by the frost, but since they just got transplanted, it might be a little bit harder on them. But we got a good bit planted on the bank side here. This is a forsythia sprout that I got planted off camera a little while ago. That'll grow into a nice little bush here with some yellow color in the spring and then a nice green in the summer. I also put another lupine down there above the iris on the bank here. I'm just hoping these can take root this year and kind of rebound next year. But we do have the bachelor button here that needs to kind of bloom so it can drop some seeds to hopefully come back next year. But the columbine and the lupine are perennials, so they should be able to come back next year. Along with the creeping Jenny, and I mostly put the creeping Jenny on this bank to try and get it to all fill in nicely. We'll have to wait and see how it does, but we're starting to fill in the pond bank out here. I'm pretty happy with it. And I did notice one of the irises that we plugged in down here is starting to put up another flower shoot. Look at that stalk. It's still going to try and bloom this year. So that's a good sign for everything else. And we are still holding off on letting Mumbles and the ducks back out to the pond here. Hopefully these can get established and they don't bother them too much once they do come out. But we are trying to get the pond bank covered as much as possible out here before we bring Mumbles and the ducks back out. And we also need to start moving rocks here soon once the ground is dry enough. Mav. Oh, this iris too. It's gonna bloom. Look at the tadpoles. Alright guys, that's going to be all for this one. We got an assortment of volunteers planted out here on Mumble's Pond. If you want to keep following along with everything here at Whitt Acres, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave and you can see me and Echo and probably Maverick on the next one. Thanks for watching. Good boy.